sunny wintry day. I was looking through my mail and I wanted to um, share some thoughts on the topic. I'm getting some emails from you, my dear friends. Thank you for reaching out, for giving me the feedback. And today I want to talk about socially awkward men and why these types of men always get rejected and what can you do about it? There are actually many things that could be done and one of them is learning, practicing, and improving. We all suffer. We all have weak spots. All of us. The problem is that when you deny that you have these weak spots, so to speak, and social awkwardness is actually one of the main problems I believe that especially younger people face today. All the gadgets, all the texting, all the messaging, instead of having real conversations. You can see now, you can even see people going out and everybody is on their phone. So I think that with technology, the social awkwardness is even bigger problem than it used to be. And I want to talk a little bit from the female perspective, from a female mind perspective. How does it feel around when you're around a socially awkward man? First of all, number one, that is an extremely unattractive trait. It's you have hard time to get to know this person, this man, but also you feel very uncomfortable with him when you are around people, when you go out in society, because um, he doesn't show confidence when he is around people. He doesn't show that he has good assessment of what's going on around him, and that signals insecurity, that signals that he probably, like, he doesn't have the, it's almost a subconscious message that he doesn't have a good place in hierarchy, because in societal hierarchy, because he is weird. Like, he may have some um maybe he's hiding his eyes, maybe he doesn't know how to talk to people. He's very tense and timid, and women always attracted to men who feel very confident when they go out, when they can take a respectable place. Whether it's a small social gathering or you're going out. Since man is naturally supposed to be in a protective role, a woman feels very timid and very unsure and very vulnerable when the man she's with is very insecure and doesn't does not command respect and confidence. If you were ever in a situation like this, please let me know in the comments. When you out and about and you feel, in some ways you even feel kind of um, embarrassment, because socially awkward person is not only person that's lacking confidence, but sometimes they can say weird things, they can say things that make you embarrassed, and you just feel like you don't ever want to go ever out back again with this man. You feel embarrassment. In Ukraine we have the saying like, oh, I'm so embarrassed for you, which means your actions are so, you're so you lacking confidence so much, and you're saying such embarrassing things that even though that's not me who is saying it, but I'm embarrassed for you. It means if I was you, I would be so embarrassed, and that's the last things that we want to hear. But I don't think that um, men should really be, we should not be upset at other people when we are lacking courage, when we are lacking social skills. I think that one of the logical things to do, one of the common things to do, is to improve them because we need them at any point in our life, not only in romantic relationships, but in anything that we do in life. And once again, I am noticing the decline, not only me, I'm sure not only. I am not the only person in the world that notice what's going on and uh, sadly how people are becoming, it's this is there is a big difference between being an introvert and being socially awkward. Introvert is a person that comes alive when there is a conversation of substance. Introvert is a person that when you go deep, they look into your eyes, they listen, they respond, they actually come out very lively and excited, and you could not even say that they are an introvert because they have really high energy at this point, simply because uh, simply because the conversation is interesting. It's an interesting conversation, so you come alive. Many people nowadays mix the introvert and socially awkward. Introvert um, is a person that just needs a different environment to blossom. Introvert is a person that usually have excellent social skills. Introvert is a person that is looking for the right time to spend their social energy wisely. That's the word of the introvert. The issue with um, socially awkward people and socially awkward men is that there is not really a moment, a situation when they feel confidence and when they are relevant. Like, for example, right now, I'm giving this message, people hopping on the chat, some people I don't know, they don't listen to the message, they don't they've been some of the people I'm looking at the messages right now being, if that was in reality, if this was a real conversation in the physical world, some of these people that are commenting would be very socially awkward and inappropriate because they're asking me personal questions when I am not on a dating site. I am not uh this channel is not about my personal life. I'm just giving you insights from the woman's mind, and that's what I do. But the topic is irrelevant. It's like this is actually perfect example. I know some people won't be able to see the chart, but it's a perfect example when you try and you connecting with people, you want to convey a message, and people being either disrespectful or people just being really awkward because they want to ask you something else even though you didn't give any permission for that. You didn't give any reason to or any invitation for a personal conversation. So for those who are new, I want to make an announcement that this channel is not about Veronica's life. It's especially not about her personal life, and I'm not gonna join this discussion. This is my way to show some knowledge and share with those people who need that. Okay, it's not a channel about anything else but that. So I'm sharing emotional. I'm helping men to understand women better. I do. Some of my insight is more related to Eastern European Slavic mentality, but in general, I really want to make it wider. And today I'm sharing a video in general about social skills and how important it is to develop them. Women always reject these kinds of men who lack emotional intelligence, men who don't look at themselves critically and realize that they have some weak spots. There are some things that you can improve. I know that sometimes rejection can feel very painful, and I completely understand that. I know that sometimes men miss out on chances. I think sometimes um, men are scared, terrified. That was so shocking for me to learn that many men are terrified to approach women. I've always felt like how a man can be terrified to approach women. We are so feminine. I mean, some of us, especially. Why would you be terrified? Because we are. You're so much stronger than us. You're so much bigger and so much, more confident than we are in some way. But I've learned that men are actually, in fact, terrified to approach women for many reasons, and one of them is rejection. And for my thought process, I would think, well, okay, she says no, that's okay. That shouldn't be such a big deal. But later on, I've learned that rejection is one of those very painful points for a man. It is an evolutionary um, process. It's part of the process. Not all males get selected in the nature, and before it meant it was a very scary. I think now it is too, but maybe not as much. Instinctually, it was probably a scary thing for a man, because if you get consistently rejected and you don't have a chance to procreate, back in olden times or early times, then all your genetics, all your genetic information, everything is not going to be prolonged. So if you not get chosen, basically your ancestry line is ending. So it is a very pivotal and critical moment for a man to find a way and figure out what it is. And today we are talking about the social skills. And yes, this channel, so I see some of the comments. This channel, I talk a lot about Slavic mentality, Eastern European mentality. And one of the reason is that our people keep things very real. And from my experience, working on consulting people and helping them with understanding the culture and mentality, a lot of ladies that I talk to, they would complain to me or share their concern that it's very hard to create a real deep conversation. That so many men just deep dive in a small talk. It's all about small talk. It's all about jumping from. It's like you have this, conversational pillars. When you never go into depths, when you simply jump from one topic to another, it's like a small talk as a form of conversation, and that makes it very difficult for women to connect. I don't want you to understand that, especially when you are kind of pre-selected and this woman is looking to get to know you. When you, let's say you're in a long distance relationship, or maybe you are talking to her, you met somebody, and you can tell she's open, she's giving you a chance, and you're so nervous that you keep asking about weather and nature and how is your parents, how is your family, how is this, how is that, how is your day. So but there is no, you don't give a chance to be, you're not a true leader in a conversation. You do not guide her, you do not pull her gently but firmly toward you in a way of conversation. You do not have a goal, a vision, um, of where this conversation is even going. And that relates not only to socially awkward guys. Socially awkward guys are really, if you're socially awkward at everything, that's something that's a very important skill to get. But this goes to people that are semi uh, communicative, but you just don't understand that every conversation you have with a woman, it is your chance to win her over a little bit more every time you talk to her. It's your chance to show your leadership. It's your chance not only to, ask stupid questions, interview questions when you get to know somebody, where do you work? What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. You really lose your chance when you. I talked before about the interview questions. You really look like a person that have no imagination, no personality, and next thing you know, she will feel like you are. she started talking to you because you will try to ask the right question instead of leading the conversation into interesting ways, in being curious about her, in trying to feel who she is as a person, and being a leader. So these kind of skills, I believe that they could be improved. It's really hard to, it depends how bad things are, but I would suggest that one of the things is when you're communicating with a woman, and always end or ask um, compelling question or make a comment that she doesn't expect. Some things that, would trigger her emotions or will make you really curious about you or what you're going to be doing next. And most importantly, women really more emotional. So texting for us is not a real form of communication. When you text, you are really when you text, you are really missing out um, on that lively exchange. All that you, even when you text. Okay, so when you text, you should this should be very short, concise, and maybe provocative or something like that. I see that Joshua, hello, thank you for the kind words, and I see your question. Can you please give us some examples, because I really suck at first dates? Yes, I think that I'm considering making like a short video course when I can give you some specific examples, how to make it fun, because there are certain specifics on how you can make almost all of your communication successful. And one thing I can tell you not to do on the first dates, was most men really suck at really badly, because men are thinking more, the logical thinking, I need to know some details about her, like interview questions. Avoid interview questions at all costs. Don't talk so much about yourself. The problem with people, because we are so much on our phones, we don't look at people's facial expression. I think in many ways we are losing the art of reading the room, the art of connection. We asking to ask, and then we are waiting to reply. We're not what we're gonna reply. We're not listening. So I think the one of the best thing is really depends on the circumstance, where you're going, what place are you at, and what is the vibes. Is it like a very romantic place with the atmosphere? You can talk about something that is according to that place. Is it something, um, how sometimes we have this uh, place that have an atmosphere. Like for example, where I live, we have this beautiful English place, and when you come to that place, it feels like you are somewhere 100 years back. It has this beautiful uh, kind of old-fashioned style. Not kind of, it's actually old-fashioned, but it has this very soft light and fire and beautiful just atmosphere. You don't want to sit there and um get your mic, like, hi, so yeah, when did you finish high school? Uh-huh. How many kids? Sister, brothers? Okay, great. Uh-huh. Your mom, where do you work? No, don't fucking do that. If you get one thing out of this video, I did talk about this before, don't fucking ask these questions, because they make you look uh, that you have no personality, and you don't understand women whatsoever. You just don't understand. The best thing to do is to flirt, to find some things about this woman that maybe not so obvious, but you observe them. uh ugh, yes, Josh. We now see why your first dates are so difficult, or why you struggle a little bit. But don't be too hard on yourself, because we never learn that in school. We study chemistry, we study biology, we study physics and algebra and calculus, but nobody told us how to really create connection, how to be an interesting person, you know. So the best thing you can do is just sit back and relax. And if you're in a really beautiful place, like I'm imagining like my perfect day, I'm an old-fashioned girl. I like those, you know, the fireplace, the beautiful, you know, chandeliers, the candles, and you're just in the moment, you know. One of the most amazing things is not necessarily what you say, not always what you say, but how you say it. You know, you can say some general compliments, you know, like, yeah, you look beautiful. But you know, this is just so general. You know, you can notice something about a woman and you can say, you know, this dark blue, this navy blue brings up your eye color and it's just I just can't take my eyes off, you know, or something. You have to find some things, you know, a very beautiful women or women who put effort in themselves, they hear compliments often, but you have to connect something physical and something um, mysteriously, something mysterious, something magical, something you observe about their personality. You know, you just have to learn how to make a compliment, not a stupid compliment that she heard so many times. So in this video I cannot go too deep in this, but I would just say be specific. You like notice something that maybe nobody else noticed so far, you know, rather than stating the obvious, you know, rather than stating the obvious. I remember, you know, when I was in college, I would always cringe with a man who would state the obvious and think that it's a great compliment. You know, it's you know, there is an elegant. Maybe I should make some video lessons how to make compliments that, you know, you want to say certain things in a very loving, observant way and make the woman feel special. But number one rule here is to really feel it and think it and believe it. Sometimes when I listen to some of this advice of the men who play games, they give them things to say, but the problem with those things, they don't come from your heart. When you make a compliment, you should truly mean it and you should truly say it like you mean it. One of the things about American men in general, I don't know, we have this culture of a small talk here. You can even say maybe not such an elaborate and special compliment or comment, but it's how you say it. You know, when you come somewhere, okay, if I would go right now to, if I would be on live with you and I would go to a restaurant or a store, people say, hey, how are you? You know, how is your day? You know, but you can say, hi, how are you? How is your day? How are you today? Like when you, even if you ask a question or you make a statement, you really mean it. You know, one of the things that, yes, it drives me crazy a little bit in America, that people are polite, but they don't really embody the things, the compliments or questions that they ask. Only in some places, sometimes in those actually kind of restaurants that have this ambience, sometimes they teach people how to say, yeah, so how is your day. Be naturally curious, you know. Sometimes we have to put our phone down and be naturally curious and live through things and kind of revive our people skills, like our social people skills, because we are into texting, we are into watching, we are not into remembering that everything we do is part of art. Everything we do is our self-expression. A lot of stuff is on autopilot. I have a very dear to my heart friend. Many years ago, I've noticed that no matter where we go, if we spend some time together, when we at stores or restaurants or anywhere else, he always noticed people. He always noticed people and makes them feel special. I don't care if it's a custodian, I don't care if it's our waitress, I don't care if it's a cashier. He always says things and he means those things. he always asks, you're really good at your job. He would sometimes be very specific, and if he is not specific, he may make a general statement, but you can tell that it really comes from his heart. It's not like, "Hi, how are you?" That's one thing that drives me crazy still in the US after 17 years of living here. "Hi, how are you?" It's like, I know it's culture, I get it, but it's just so weird. In our culture, we only ask that when we really care to ask. But yes, and we are also not proficient in small talk. In Eastern European, we try to avoid it at all cost because we do find it meaningless. But to be fair, I think small talk, when you do show your personality, small talk could be sometimes helpful to just break the ice. It's just the mistake of most people that they use small talk as a conversation, as if small talk was a real conversation. So if you take anything out of this video, also don't jump from one thing to another like a conversational pillars. Like you can't go deeper. You just like jump, jump. Like a frog. You have these pillars and you just jump on them. Sometimes when a person feels like sharing something with you, honor it. Don't just say, "Oh, nice." When somebody shared your heart with you, you're like, "Nice. Oh, that's good." You know, give some kind of feedback. And yes, a little bit of a small talk, especially if it's flirtatious or if it's something controversial, something interesting like that, um something enticing to respond, something unusual. I like to joke, and so sometimes my joke get me in trouble. But one thing I notice that people wake up because people are so programmed, and they don't wake up and think, today gonna be incredible day. Many people wake up and it's just they don't really think that anything special may happen today. um it's just another day. There is no creativity to the day, and sometimes you don't have to work a creative job to be a creative person. And so when you come somewhere, um and you are welcoming, social, and classy but playful, you need to practice how to flirt. It's very, very important for conversation. Of course, you have to understand the circumstance. You don't want to flirt when you're going to get fired or something, or you don't want to be inappropriate. But being observant, and if I could give another tip, being observant and not worry how you look like in the moment. That is one thing that unites all socially awkward men and just people who are a little shy, and ladies too. I would say if you're a little bit shy, is that you're sitting, you're like, oh, how is my this? I wonder, oh my gosh, he's thinking this about me right now. He looked at my hands. He's thinking that. He's no. Sometimes we are naturally to worry. We are naturally to kind of be concerned. But when you catch yourself doing that, just relax and make sure you have a great time. So you're actually focusing on the person. You're not focusing on what you think they think about you. You just being fully present. That is another very, very important point. You are fully present. That I think is becoming more rare thing than ever. Is being truly um, present in a conversation, or just being present. You are not on your phone, you're not texting, you're not replying to somebody, you're not looking, you're not on TV. By the way, I absolutely hate one thing about United States restaurants, that only that one place that I love, the English place, that I just really, really love, they don't have TV. I don't understand why people cannot enjoy the conversation and be distracted. It is absolutely impossible to have connecting romantic date, a deep conversation. It's not even a person's fault if they are looking on TV, because it's right there, it's a screen, and it draws you right in. But that's just the absolute worst. I absolutely cannot stand this commercialization. I don't know how to say this commercial thing about having TVs everywhere, because I don't know any date. I don't know how you can connect near TV when there is screens and advertisement. we have this all day long. Most of us are, following some events. Um, some of us are more conscious about it and have a very small dose of that. But some, it was made to be addicting. It was made to be addicting. So sometimes, as for me, I love people that can be present in the moment, and when they give you their full attention, their full focus, that's one of the major gifts that we can have. Trust me, in this world, be intentional. Don't If you're already worried, you have maybe you're not fully socially awkward, maybe you're introverted and you're a little bit rusty. Don't bring your phone to on a date. Make sure you have no notifications and put it in your pocket or leave it in the car. Don't put it on the table. Don't put it in front of you. Just have a time for yourself and you can be present. That's number one. But sometimes you don't have your phone, but you still think about this, that, and the other. And sometimes we cannot help it. Sometimes we cannot help it to have other thoughts. But this is where you realize, okay, I'm thinking now about, my meeting tomorrow at 12. I'm coming right back. And sometimes, we can help it. We have something coming up. You can always apologize and say, oh, I'm so sorry. Just I had a moment. I just think um, it's so beautiful when you're spending that designated time, and it's not only with a new person. That's also the way to revive communication and warm relationships and time when you just spend time, but you're not just physically there. You are also mentally present. You're also there to connect. For me, I guess, sometimes I'm a very passionate person. When I'm working on something, I can get so engrossed in it that I would neglect my social connections. So I have to sometimes make a schedule for, not a schedule, but like make some time, plan ahead for family and friends and close people, that when I'm with them, when I'm done, I'm not checking any news. I don't have any notifications. It's just so pleasant, and I think our mind have peace from that, and it's a beautiful thing to um, rekindle any relationship, actually, in the family, even with your children, with your siblings, with anybody that is close to you. It's just to plan to spend time. And we sometimes hold grudges for other people, oh, they don't call me, they don't. But the truth is we are not making time for them either. So yeah. I took 2 years almost of internet, and I really fulfilled my social battery, connection with family, connection with some very close people. It was really very healing journey. It was just very, very satisfying. I wasn't even making how you call them, any updates about anything, but I really lived, I really recharged my social batteries and skills too. um well, we can always improve, right? But if you're the person that struggles, you have to struggles with communication, with self-expression, with being um, good with people. You just have to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations. And when you go to a restaurant, let's say you are a man, you sometimes go out to eat, you sit at the bar, don't get your phone out, don't look at your phone. I'm an introvert. I love my time. I could probably live forever. I don't know what it is, but I really enjoy the solitude a lot when I have it. Uh and I'm very introverted, don't really like too much, but when I say this, my friends and my family, they laugh because um when I'm out in a social situation, whether it's a gathering, whether it's a celebration, or I'm out at a restaurant, I'm the most alive person that laughs at jokes, that notice things, because I didn't come to the social place to be isolated. If I've decided, if I took on this mission, to be out and use my social energy, which I don't have a lot of, then better everyone knows that we're going to have fun, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna joke, we're gonna do stupid things. I mean, maybe not stupid, but fun, foolish, and we're gonna make connections. And even if there's gonna be a small talk, it's gonna be fun and everybody going to laugh. So, yes, sometimes you need to challenge yourself and just read the room and stop using your phone or your book, whatever you have, as a crutch. People so thirsty to be heard. If you don't know what to do, let the other person talk. Let the other person shine. Let the other person feel seen and heard. Trust me, it's one of the most beautiful things. You may be out with a lady and she may feel like sharing things. She may feel so comfortable with you that she will start sharing things. Just let her share. Um let her connect with you that way. Give you a nod, give you a comment on it. Don't jump into, yeah, oh, you were in Egypt? Oh, I was in Egypt 7 times. Like, don't try to one up somebody or say that you just have the same. You can say that you have same experiences, but not before you give some feedback to what she said. It's important to give a feedback on what a person said, kind of like validate it, maybe in the most gentle way. I think people's stories are one of the most fascinating things. Me personally, I love so much when people share their stories, their things that they've been through, things that they experiences. It's always fascinating. We don't know. We mostly don't know. And so if somebody felt that comfortable with you and you know that you are not the best conversationalist, let them talk. Make them feel very comfortable. Don't look at your watch, don't look at your phone. Just enjoy, And to improve our communication, the only way to do it is to actually do it. Yes, actually do it. Thank you guys so much for your comments. Yes, I think I should work on some things, maybe be more specific and precise. Maybe I will put something to work, because when I get screenshots and people reach out to me to help them. Sometimes I made a video about apps. By the way, check it out. It's on my channel. Please leave a comment too. I posted yesterday a video about dating apps and kind of the issues with them, but it's still a mean of communication and people still going to use it and going to use it a lot. But even on a dating app, even in texting, you can um, make a person interested, um, even when you communicate, via text, it could be, you can still stand out. That's what I'm trying to say. You can still stand out when you, even when you are not in a personal communication, when you via text, which is usually very, very dry, but you can still stand out and bring it a step further later on, where you can really open up and show you can still stand out. So when I see the things that people send and how it's basically, when you don't have that skill, you may be given so many opportunities and you're gonna miss out on all of them. You know. Um, all right, guys. I think that was enough. But unfortunately, socially awkward men are one of the top men that get rejected. For me personally, I have this reason that I don't trust a very quiet, very awkward person. And some long time ago, I was watching the documentaries on different, maniacs and people with shady, weird behavior. I feel very unsafe around a socially awkward kind of type of guy. Not so much introvert. Introverts are smart and very interesting once you make connections. So introverts are my favorite people. I love extroverts as well. I like all kinds of people, but when it comes to a socially awkward person, you you don't feel comfortable with them, and you never know who they really are. And all those serial killers and maniacs, they all, if you learn about them, most of them were socially awkward. So yeah, for me this is very unpleasant and not a good thing. And I also think that if you are not any of those people, you are not a negative person like I just mentioned, you have to put some effort so you can be a pleasant company. You need to spend some effort. You need to put yourself in a difficult situations where you have to overcome your shyness, not further go into video games, into VR reality, and all of the other stuff. If you know that you have, we all have things to work on. We all have them, and the more we communicate with people, the more we realize, okay, we are not the only ones. We really learn about ourselves through other people. We really learn. You know how sometimes people give you a perspective and they tell you some of your qualities or something they enjoy about you, and you're like, really? You don't even knew you had that quality. So that's why we need other people. We need that feedback. But the social media, the video games, they give you such immediate, instant gratification, now robots, right, that you forget to actually you get very comfortable, it's interactive, and you forget this is not real. This is not real. We were born to connect, and that's why we have so many people that are not so well, especially here in North America. So let me read some of your comments. I really appreciate the kind words, my dear friends. I'm so glad that you find it helpful. And yes, I'm gonna work. I'm just warming things up. I'm going to work to have some very precise and concise things that you can learn and train. And I am here to also, yeah, I like common sense things. I like logical and sound things in this crazy world, but I think that we all can develop our emotional intelligence. We can exercise it. We all make mistakes. We all embarrass ourselves once in a while. But I love having this opportunity to connect with you, and many things can be better. I believe that people don't need this antidepressant pills, all of this. I don't count people who are really sick. I'm saying in general what I see in American society as a Eastern European person is a major disconnect. There is no, in most places, there is no people outside, neighbors don't connect, family don't ever see each other. It's all digital, digital. You come home, TV, 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 computer, internet. Yes, if you're watching something that really fulfills you, that is different. But most people just want to have a noise on the back so you don't have to face that maybe you are hurt and maybe you need to connect with somebody. You just put the TV on and that's your friend. So yes, I'm here to create this connection with you and hopefully to give you some helpful tips. I'm gonna read a few comments and I have to go, but I'm so passionate about these subjects. Um, Jason is saying your insights are so valuable. I wish I would have found them 20 years ago. Thank you, Jason. Well, you found them now, and I think that um, in some way, part of our self development and our realization, we come into who we are a little bit later than when we are too young. So maybe you came to me right at the correct time. That's what I want to think. But I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really, really do appreciate. Hey, Casey. men talk with action honestly. Well, yes, of course. Absolutely. I talk about this. I mention this a lot. That's actually an excellent thing. I'm gonna comment on this. If you admire a woman, let's say you're out on a date with her, you can tell in you maybe been on several dates or several months, and you just keep telling her, instead of doing all this, bring her a beautiful, gorgeous bouquet of roses. That bouquet will say a lot, or something else that she would like, or something that would say about your feelings without saying it. And that's another video, but it's a whole another video. I'm gonna make a video on professing your feelings and how wrong it usually goes, and how Western men and men in general usually say it too early before it really means what it's supposed to mean, and before you're ready to make any kind of action. So I do agree completely on the action part. You can be sometimes shorter with your compliments, but you can definitely show appreciation with the action. Yes, that never fails, and that's never not the case. But today we happen to have talk about communication, and also watch my turn-offs and red flags. I made a video with Alina. We went deeply into the tone of voice and the way, the kind of energy, mood you bring. It's also very important. When I hear what you share, it opens my eyes to some great truths. Well, thank you so much, Lance. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Yes, check out my latest couple videos. Please put some comments too. The internet is actually good for you because there is infinite amount of information here. I mean, look at the information you provide, Veronica. TV is a problem full of propaganda. Okay, I agree and disagree. I'm not saying that internet is bad, but what is bad when you becoming this digital autist? So, instead of, having a conversation with somebody, reconnecting, you're gonna be sitting and watching, like a reel or short after short or video after video, which, I have my favorite people. I am guilty of this 100%. I love watching. I'm just like a magnet to some people that I feel that they inspire me. I'm learning something. Yes, but right now we are connecting. I don't do anything else. I'm not texting anybody else. I am not doing anything else rather than giving you my full 100% presence. So I'm not saying don't uh, disconnect from sources that bring you something good and positive, even if it just elevates your mood. It's good. But remember that information itself doesn't change you or doesn't change your skills. What really help you and change you, I'm sorry, it's my four or whatever, what really help you and change you is when you apply those skills. You can read or you can watch 10 videos about emotional intelligence. You can read 50 um, different articles, but if you don't go out there and actually use, like, next time you're on a date, don't take your phone out, make sure you don't have notifications. Let the lady shine. If she's in the mood to talk, or if she's a little bit shy, lead the conversation. Be present with her. Don't bring your voice too loud where you can't connect. Don't ask you. If you watch my channel, you need to know we don't ask interview questions on a date. Where do you work? What do you do? How many siblings? Where do you live? If you don't ask these questions, all these questions, you will find out more information later, but you're gonna kill chemistry with the stupid interview questions because it shows you have no imagination, and you're boring AF. So yeah, great. You can get some great insights, but remember to embody them. Remember to practice them. So when you practice them, yes, that's good. Hey, Mikey. Let me read some more comments inside. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, KZ. There is a reason. Yes, there is a reason you have one mouse and 2 ears um, to listen more than you speak. Yes, very true. Men also, guys, we know when you can have a bit of a strategy. You need to know how to lead a conversation. You have to understand. You want this day to be fun and like lighthearted, or you want to maybe have deeper conversations. You have to look at the surrounding. I think in the beginning, the more fun, the more laughter you have, the better. Because we all going through something, and laughter is the most healing thing in this world. Sometimes you can make fun of yourself, and everybody going to laugh. It's a very charismatic thing, actually, to be very ironic about yourself. It's very endearing also. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lance is saying, I understand I'm the same way when I'm playing the piano. Yeah, yeah, we all have our activities. I love being out in the nature. A couple other things I love. Okay, we're not talking about anything political today. You guys know I have a huge passion. Wait. I have a huge passion for politics, but I think I might have another page on Instagram or maybe on YouTube, because I have a lot of knowledge. I studied political science, but I think this channel is more about the relationships, emotional intelligence, and things like this. Sometimes I cannot help it, but today we're not going to talk about it. Thank you for sharing, though. Yeah, maybe I'll do another page. I don't know if I have energy for that. Not now, probably. Kizzy saying men aren't charming or charismatic anymore. That's true, Veronica. Well, I want for men to be charming and charismatic, and that can happen when you just put a little bit more effort into yourself. You know, um, if you're aware of that, you can change it. You can learn from others. That's another thing. They probably some men role models, figures that you look up to because you can learn from them. Like I look up to certain ladies that inspire me. That inspire me. It doesn't mean that I want to have the dress, exactly the dress that they have or exact manners that they have, but I look at them and it inspires me. And then I bring that into the world in my interpretation. So just like that, find men who are in fact charming and charismatic and look up to them. You can learn a lot because that's where you go to other people that you feel like one of my favorite charismatic men. Unfortunately, he's not in this physical world, but Clark Gable. Yes, Clark Gable is it his real? Yeah, it's his real name. I remember the movie I watched. I was maybe like 15 years old when I watched Gone with the Wind. Oh my gosh, and I had a major crush on Clark Gable. His wit, the way he spoke, the jokes, the humor, being bad and being good at the same time. Oh my god. Plus he was very handsome, of course. A gentleman, but you know, they don't make men like this anymore, but maybe there is a reincarnation. You know what I mean? Yeah, I had a huge, maybe I was 15 or 16. I had a huge crush on him. And then I read a book about him, and everybody was saying that he was an extreme gentleman, that he was phenomenal person. I'm sorry, guys, the sun, so I kind of look weird, but that's okay. Joshua is saying, my ex fiance just came natural on the first date. The conversation was smoothly, no struggles. On what to say, yeah. Ever since I got back into dating again, been struggling, don't know why. Hmm. Yeah. Well, there could be different reasons. Sometimes you meet with people and you just don't connect, and then it's kind of like a forced conversation. Joshua saying, "Dang, I've been messing up. I've been asking women questions because I thought women likes it. No, 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 no. So that showed we are interested. Unless it's super organic and flying from the conversation, no, absolutely not. All right, my dear friends. I think thank you guys for dropping some links. I don't know if you're still here. CCGB, darling. I don't know if you're still here. Thank you so much for stopping by. You're so sweet. Thank you for the links. Elizabeth, thank you so much for stopping by, my darling. Great to see you. Alpha High Value Men. Hello. Modern time women are anyway lost. No man approaches them anymore. These women cause too much trouble. Women go to a single event. Guess what? Less men attending the venues, or for men reject women. Yeah, here is the thing. You know, um, we all have different areas. Even in one city, there is an area where you can go get shot. There is an area when you can go and enjoy the safety, and there is area for everybody. So I think if you feel like this about women, then change your surrounding. Go to a women that uh, be around kinds of people in general where they are on a different level. We can all we all know that, right? Unfortunately, all these modern podcasts, they all feature women who are very young and very lost. So find women that doing interesting things with their life. They're probably not gonna be half naked on a podcast. That's just a side note. Um, hmm. All right, guys, I'm running out of time. I'm so glad I was kind of doubting whether I should do a live because I can't do live at home tonight. It's Friday, and just need some family time. Um, Thanks, Yelena. Good to see you too. Yes, Kizzy says I hate. Yeah, interview questions suck. I mean, you can get to know a person with time, but the problem with interview questions is like you attacking them with those questions, and they feel timid. They feel they didn't come there to answer your questions. Guys have to have a question meter there in their head when talking to a woman. Your questions are reaching max. No, just don't have any. I mean, unless it's something very organic and just flows out the conversation. So, my dear friends, I'm sending you a warm hug, love, sunlight. Oh, it's so beautiful here, guys. It's all white and gorgeous. But it was sunny today, so the snow had melted, and it's warm, but still lots of snow, and it just looks so pristine and beautiful. So, oh yeah, I want to thank you. I don't know. Okay, I want to thank somebody who signed for my coffee site. I want to thank you. 1 second. I want to say it correctly. Thank you guys for your, ladies and gentlemen, for your support. Let's see. I'm gonna thank personally, but yeah, I want to thank Keenan for subscribing to my coffee site. I think this is where I'm going to have some of the like downloads, maybe some cheat codes, help, like little help on a date, like almost like I'm in your pocket or something. Like if you forget, I'm gonna make some downloadable info. Some of this is gonna be a free download on my coffee site. So those who are joining the it's like alternative support while I'm on a bad side of YouTube. But yes, I want to thank you. I want to thank uh, Queen Keenan for my support. I don't know if you're watching me. If you're watching me, thanks so much, Queen. I don't know which one is your last name. I think Keenan, thank you so much for subscribing, and I really appreciate it, and that inspires me to create something that could be helpful for you guys. in this world. I do think that we truly lose in art of communication. We truly do. You know, I don't. Um, I consciously make conscious effort not take phone in my hands when I'm somewhere in a social situation, unless there is something very specific I need to show, and then it goes right back to my purse. We are all addicted to it. There is no denial, right? Yeah, yes, Jason, you were the first person ever that sent me a Bitcoin. I was so excited about it. You know, send me a little Bitcoin super chat. That was crazy. I mean, I don't know. I find it wild. That was so sweet. Thank you for that. Yes, could you please drop my coffee site? So for those of you guys, I would appreciate, I would appreciate if you will check it out. You can just follow it. I think you can become a member, but also you can just follow it. Maybe once I have some products there, maybe it would be something interesting for you. And I think I just got a new Patreon member. Thank you so much, One Harper. So on Patreon, what I could offer you, it's also like a super chat sort of site. So what I can offer you on Patreon, if you have a question, same as on the coffee site that Jason just dropped. Um, so on Patreon, same as on a coffee site, you can write me a direct message. Maybe you have like a short question. I will answer within 24 hours if I'm really busy, 48. But usually within 24 hours, I will ask your question. Sometimes we all have something where we're stuck, and I can give you a very concise and precise answer onto your question. So if you're a Patreon member or you're a coffee member, also some of my coaching videos, like I might make a video where I have things ready, and it's a very concise video, very strict to some points. Uh, some of the really valuable video or some very personal videos could be saved and will be saved, and many of them are saved on my Patreon account. So I thank you so much, One Harper, again for joining my Patreon. That is phenomenal, and feel free to say hello. And so is as Keenan, thanks so much for joining the coffee. You know, it's really difficult. I almost got discouraged that unknowingly I did something wrong, that YouTube demonetized me. But then I felt that my passion is so much bigger than that, and I'm still gonna come and I'm still going to give the heartbeat to this channel, and uh, then I will have another chance to be on the good side of YouTube. I felt that connection and being able to self express myself here and share with you is just something I can't give up. So, wait, thank you guys so very much. Um, yes, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. If you did not ask a question you have in your mind, you wanted to ask it, but you hadn't. Um, Jason says, please don't give it up. Yes, I promise. Um, Feel free to write it in the comments below. If there is something or particular situation or something that you would like to know, um, or you would like to make me video, or you would like me to make video about something specific, write it in the comments, send me a message on coffee, send me a message on Patreon, the email. And with that being said, I'm sending you much love from here, from sunny, snowy Michigan, and my blocked face. But I hope that you have a wonderful and recharging weekend, and I will see you very soon. Thank you. CCGB, I don't know if you're still here, darling. Thank you for your help and love. Thanks to my mods. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Lance. Elizabeth, of course. I don't know if Elizabeth ever sleeps, but I hope that she did fall asleep to my video because she's all the way in Scotland. One off, hello. Yes, Rife, everybody who joined. Let's see, I think I missed somebody here. Uh, Norwegian traveler, greetings from Norway. Norway is my dream country to see. You have really amazing eyes. Well, thank you, thank you. Norway is gorgeous, and I'm jealous. I'll be envious. I am very envious. And hello, New Zealand. Hello, Joseph Bernard. Hello, New Zealand. I'm also envious. I would love to see New Zealand one day. So, mwah, au revoir. I will see you very soon, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Post your thoughts below. Thank you.